The age of consent in Italy is 14. If I was in Italy, that would have been perfectly fine. Do you have a family out here?
No, I do not.
You single?
Well, yeah, I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Me, a billionaire.
Maybe trillionaire.
You're a trillionaire.
Possibly a trillion.
Let's go, baby.
Have you guys seen what a 16-year-old girl looks like today? With their makeup and their lip injections, working out and throwing their selfies. Looks like an adult.
People, not enough people take him seriously now, but I promise you, in good time, everyone will be taking him seriously.
Some mother's numbers, I didn't get it. They got my number.
Wow.
She come to me, she tell me.
I'm going to save the youth, whether you like it or not. So I'm out here on a private jet.
Where's our tequila?
Huh?
Where's our tequila?
Sitting down for safety for takeoff.
Let me tell you something. I remember back when I think we were 16 years of age, where my best friend came up to me and said, let's go rob a bank.
I don't know what you guys want to call it, but I just wanted to show you guys who I am and who he is. Did he do a coward move? I'll let you guys decide that. We reached out to him, told him what the fuck you doing. He goes and tells us, oh, if you guys want to do the fight still before July 25th, I can make it happen.
Well, guys, it looks like that we are already just right back with what has to be the dumbest motherfucker in the Alpha Male universe at this point, and a man that is just on a straight up generational run when it comes to spamming some pure and utter dipshittery. The one and only Bend Over Azoulay. And I have to say, over the past 2 or 3 weeks at this point, good old Bend Over is just straight up out of fucking control. I don't know how much of an impact the divorce had on this man's mental state, but ever since he announced it, he has been on a straight up mission just to look like a dumbass at pretty much every turn. So with that being said, we're just gonna jump into all of his recent activities in the past day or two, which surprisingly, there are quite a few of them, and which basically started off with him making these posts in the middle of the night where he has apparently been training all damn day long and didn't have any time up until midnight, and is basically trying to look like a hard ass as he hops in the ice, showing that he is just fight ready.
It is midnight, but you know what? We need to make sure we recover. How do we recover? With ice. The whole day I trained. Yes, it's hard. It's difficult. It's challenging. Sometimes we don't want to do it, but we have to, because it's war. Every single day it's war for me. And not because I took on myself a fight. It's been like that my whole life. My whole life I had to battle with motherfuckers that wanted to bring me down, that wanted to see me fall. Never gonna happen.
And I have no clue what was going through this man's head to where he just felt the need to kind of throw a little pity party at midnight before then hopping into his ice bath and filming his titties as he stares down at the camera, looking ominous as fuck, looking at us probably the same way that he was looking at that 15-year-old back then. But for a guy who was claiming to be training all day and to be just battling and preparing for all the people who are always trying to take him down and apparently were trying to take him down his whole life, he seemed to have quite a lot of time to upload some really stupid shit, with one video in particular just standing out from the rest, where he decided that he was going to talk about age of consent laws and how the age of consent in Italy is apparently 14. And I don't know why he decided to upload this shit right here, but man, it is just not a good look.
You probably never heard of the law of the land. Now, let me explain to you something. Most men today travel the world. Now, when they travel, they meet women. When they meet women in different places, the age of consent is also different. I had a guy who reached out to me and told me the age of consent in Italy is 14. Well, where I live in California, the age of consent is 18. So when I was 18 and got screwed for getting by a girl who was almost 16. If I was in Italy, that would have been perfectly fine. So now I have to ask you, is that fair for men? Because at the end of the day, if that poor 18-year-old comes right now to the US and dates a girl who is 17, he gets charged with something called statutory rape, even though she consented to this. Now, why would they call it? Have you thought about that? Maybe to hurt men. I mean, why else would they call it? She wanted it and he wanted it. Oh, because she's underage. In my situation, I didn't sleep with a girl. So it wasn't considered, it was considered, with some. But when you say, it sounds bad, right? Like the girl was almost 16. Have you guys seen what a 16-year-old girl looks like today?
All right, we are gonna stop this motherfucker right there for a second, because you cannot follow all of that up by then uttering the words out of your shithole of, have you seen what a 16-year-old looks like today? Like, I do not know what kind of PR team you have over there, or who in the hell told you it was a good idea to come on here talking about the age of consent being 14 in Italy, and then going on to talk about how 16-year-olds look today like you were just checking one out earlier. But whoever told you to do this, Ben, is not your friend. They are just setting you up for failure at this point. And I really don't know what kind of self-defense this is for his past that he's trying to make, but it's a pretty damn bad one, because conveniently you're leaving out quite a few important things from your case to begin with, including the whole grape part of it, along with the medical report that showed some type of, activity happened that night that shouldn't have. But of course, instead of trying to disprove those things, I guess he's just gonna sit here and talk about how good 16-year-olds look these days.
With their makeup and their lip injections, working out and throwing their selfies. Looks like an adult. But why should it be so different when you think about the law of the land? If I would go up for president, I will make the age of consent worldwide the same. Probably make it 18. Why? Because I personally think that nobody under the age of 18 should do anything. Matter of fact, I think people should wait till marriage. The worst is that people sleep around before marriage, and then you see what's happening to them. People are messed up. They have all these new needs. At the end of the day, it's all going to be the same, my friend. Wait till marriage.
And yeah, Benny boy, this is probably the exact reason why your wife left you, big dog. And you gotta love how at the end there, he then starts trying to backtrack and fix it a little bit. Probably because his cameraman was looking at him with a very concerned look on his face after hearing the little path that Ben tried to take with this conversation with the whole 16-year-old thing. And that's why there's conveniently that cut there before he then goes on about him being president, which is already just some next level delusional shit, and then trying to claim that he would make it 18 universally, even though that goes against his argument he tried to make at first, and he would still be guilty for the crime that he had pled guilty to, so no amount of backtracking is helping him whatsoever. And it is all just so ridiculous and unnecessary. And you see, this is still not where the goofiness ends for the week with this downright clown, because he uploaded a brand new YouTube video that has gotten a whole whopping 1K views, and was a video that he ended up titling The Vegas Trip Every Young Man Dreams About. And that is not how I would describe this little shit show, especially since this was the trip where he got chased out of that little MMA fight. But on top of that, the shit was just straight up pathetic. And the video basically started out with him trying to call out all of the people on social media who have been talking shit about him.
For everybody on social media that has been talking a lot of smack about me, I want you to remember one thing. I came on here to help people. I want you guys to do better in life.
Help the youth.
Help the youth do better. I'm going to save the youth whether you like it or not. So I'm out here on a private jet on the way to Vegas. Okay, just to have a bunch of meetings, good time, and meet new people. And I got to tell you, the best part about it is that you see that I'm making it to the point where I inspire you.
And Bend Over, we really have some different opinions on what saving the youth looks like, because your ass needs to be staying away from the youth at all costs. And it's already weird that the only people you're surrounded with during this trip are just people that are less than half his age, and are basically just a bunch of 19 to 20-year-olds. And of course, they're all just a bunch of goobers, and they're all just sitting here and looking up to Ben and glazing him literally the entire video. And I'll just give you a couple quick little snippets that were especially goofy, where they're basically glazing this man to completion as he's just having his arm around them, feeling up on them, and probably getting bricked up at the thought of people actually buying his bullshit.
But you know what? Now I'm gonna say about King. They don't know it yet. I don't know how they don't know it yet. Obviously we saw it, and that's why we're here right now. I don't think that people are ready for the next 2 months, and in a year from now, we're gonna look back and say, wow, how did no one see it coming?
Hey, I'm telling you guys, King Azoulay, The most genuine guy out here. He's like an older brother to me. Not enough people take him seriously now, but I promise you, in good time, everyone will be taking him seriously.
You're going to look back at this quick. And he's possibly going to be a billionaire. Millionaire. That's not cool. Possibly a billionaire. This guy here, let's go Ariel, going to be a millionaire. For sure. Me, a billionaire.
Maybe trillionaire. You're a trillionaire.
Possibly a trillion.
Let's go, baby.
Ali right there.
60 million.
Ali, how much money do you want to have?
Couple billion at least. At least.
10 years. A billionaire.
So as you can tell, the entire little group is just delusional at this point because they're out here hyping up Bendover like he is just some type of next generational beast who is apparently going to be a trillionaire. And they're doing anything they can to make their little idol look good, probably because they got to ride on the jet with him that I'm sure his mommy paid for. And this wasn't the only goofiness from this video, because of course along with this, Ben had to include a couple of snippets where he was trying to hit on women, and he got what I have to say is the biggest ego boost afterwards, and was just feeling like the biggest ladies man on the planet.
You looked amazing up there.
Thank you so much.
Good job, nice to meet you. I'm Ben.
Brittany.
Brittany?
Nice
Beautiful.
to meet you.
You looked
Thank you so
amazing,
much.
really.
Thank
Are you from Vegas?
I live here.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
From
And
Calabasas, Los Angeles.
Oh, you're from LA? Nice.
Los Angeles, Calabasas.
Oh, nice.
You ever been?
I haven't been to Calabasas, but I used to live in LA. I used to live in LA, yeah.
You have a family out here?
No, I do not.
You single?
Well, yeah, I am.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we exchange?
Yeah. Yeah.
$500 right there. $500 right there. That's $1,000. That's $4,000. That's $14,000. We need $64,000. You can do it. Back there, $1,000.
I saw you, I said, oh my God, I gotta say hi to her. Some mother's numbers, I didn't get it, they got my number.
Wow.
She come to me, she tell me.
Voila.
I saw her walking, I said, that's the woman I want. All I said is, that's the woman I want. We're about to leave, she goes, that's the guy I want. She asked me for my number.
And I don't know if he didn't know it would be included or what was going on, but he was the one who asked for the number exchange, so it wasn't her coming up and asking him. But I would swear that this was like one of the few times that him talking to a woman has gone successful with how excited this motherfucker got. He was so excited that his nipples were rock hard. Like, let me just put that into perspective for you. This guy was so excited about just having a positive conversation with a woman that not only was he bricked up down there, but even his nipples were sticking through his tight ass shirt. So obviously it was just goofier than shit as he's got all of his little teenage boys hyping him up. And it only continued to get goofy because he then went on to have a segment where he's basically sitting down with one of his little glazers and just started telling him what has to be one of the biggest loads of bullshit I've ever heard. And just another one of his goofy ass stories.
Let me tell you something. I remember back when I think we were 16 years of age, where my best friend came up to me and said, let's go rob a bank. And I looked at him and I was like, bro, rob a bank? He's like, yep, we'll grab some guns, we go rob a bank. So I told him, okay, hypothetically speaking, if we went and we robbed the bank, how much money is at the bank? He's like, probably like $50,000. I was like, all right, but it's an armed robbery. If we get caught, how many years in prison do we get? He's like, well, it depends what happens. And I go, depends what? If we actually kill somebody or we just leave with the money, there's cameras, there's security. They're not just gonna let us walk out. So he goes, yeah, we'll probably get 10 to 15 years in prison. I said, okay. How much are the lawyers gonna cost? He goes, probably about $100K to get us somewhere less than 10 years. So let's say we got caught. You're pretty much telling me that you're willing to risk at the moment.
You were saying we were risking a moment.
So I told him, you're telling me you're willing to risk 10 to 15 years of our lives, put hundreds of thousands of dollars into lawyers to possibly get $50,000 and somebody might die? It doesn't add up. It just doesn't make sense. If you told me right now that we might sit in prison for 1 year, nobody's gonna die, and we could get $50 million, that makes sense. let's go for it. But if not, it doesn't make sense. Let's just work for the next 10 years. I guarantee you, you'll make the $50,000. And he looked at me and he was like, that's why I love consulting with you.
And yeah, I don't know why he felt this to be necessary to just make up this shit, or to yap about this, because if you follow any of his other backstories, this was around the time when he was apparently making a shit ton of money from underground fighting, so I don't even know why they would need to be thinking about robbing a bank. And I think it was just him trying to look like he was always just this wise genius who his friends came to consult things with. And after this, he then decided to end the video with even more just goofiness and stories, because his friend ends up basically going on about how apparently when they are at the strip club, he almost got fucking Bill Cosby'd out here, and Bendover just used it as a chance to make up his own story about how he also had friends who got drugged as well.
My first time at a strip club in like 10 years, and I see why I don't go to.
Well, but you look better.
Huh?
You look better.
Better how?
You look better.
Yeah.
You walk better. You slept well.
No, I slept like a rock. I don't even remember going to sleep.
Maybe we have to find her to just ask her, what did she give you so you can take some more?
Well, when I went to grab Spencer, a girl told me to chill and gave me a drink, and a second drink, and that's all I remember. Spencer said I grabbed his arm and took him out of it.
Dragged me out.
Dragged him out and took him back, but I only went there to protect him, and I definitely got drugs because I don't remember anything. I don't even remember taking him out of the club. You know, it was just instinct, I think.
Well, there's no losses, my friend. There's only lessons.
How humiliating. How embarrassing.
Yeah. I can imagine. You know, it's crazy. I told you, my boys 2 weeks ago, they went, and they're older guys, okay? They went to Colombia, and they took some girls back to the room. The girls drugged them. But when they drugged them, they used their phones to open, their faces to open up their phones. So the facial recognition, and then to go on their apps where they have stocks, crypto, and bank accounts, and sold all their stocks and transferred the money, and sold their crypto and transferred the money. And transferred like 300K from their bank accounts to other accounts.
That's
which
crazy.
That the bank took care of, reimbursed them, but the stocks and the crypto is gone. Like these are thieves on another level. These are not like I stole a couple $100 from your wallet kind of shit. But this one, she seems like she was becoming a professional.
Before I left and I grabbed you, somebody must have emptied my wallet.
So you said there was makeup on the bed and you woke up naked.
It wasn't. I didn't wake up naked.
And yeah, that's basically just where he ends this shit, where he told this fucking story that he expects us to believe, when in reality, the only people believing it are his little butt buddies there. And he just ends it talking about his buddy being butt naked on the bed with makeup and an empty wallet. So clearly, it was just some goofy ass shit, and you gotta love how he didn't include a segment from the UFC fight, and the only segment he did include was like a few seconds long and was just some pictures and video from the beginning. And as he's posting all this dumb shit and trying to look like this cool badass who went to Vegas, he's also just out here getting flamed by Ali now, who's pissed off that he turned down the fight with him and that he backed out of it even though Ali paid for it all. So naturally, Ali is just staying on his ass as Ben continues to try and duck him.
I signed the contract last night. We got a fight. His name is King Azoulay.
This is gonna be biblical.
So Azoulay has ran away from Ali like a coward. Shame on the princess.
All right, social media. Bubba here is right. Lovely assistant. Let me see what you got here. So here's Mr. Ben Azoulay's folder. I guess he took a fight literally with a clown on July 25th. We went out and reached out to him. What the fuck you doing? You know, we have an agreement, or we supposedly have an agreement, vocal agreement. And then here in the video here, it shows that he accepted a fight. We called him, offered him an amount of money that he also accepted. And then we started moving on to the rest of the stuff. Professional trainer, 3-month training over here. This is the contract for that.
Yep, June 1st.
June 1st. Then we went, because I'm putting this event, I went and created a promoting company called Alpha Boxing Promotions LLC. Correct? When was this show, everybody? What's the date on this one?
June 12th.
June 12th. And then you got to create create a bond. You got to get a bond certificate for the company as well. Can you show them that too?
That was from June the 17th.
So everything's going right, and then we see that just like everybody else saw here, that he has an announcement, and the announcement is he's fighting a clown. Part of the deal also in this contract, you're supposed to stay focused on this fight. Don't go be calling out people like he was calling out people here. I don't know what you guys want to call it, but I just wanted to show you guys who I am and who he is. Did he do a coward move? I'll let you guys decide that. We reached out to him, told him what the fuck you doing. He goes and tells us, oh, if you guys want to do the fight still before July 25th, I can make it happen. Aren't you supposed to call me and let me know that before you announce a fight with someone else, if you really want that to happen? And I'm here spending all this money on it. You know, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'm going to continue boxing. And if this guy changes his mind or comes back down this route, you know, I'm always ready here to take on any man that gets in my way, just like he got in my way. On to the next chapter, or to be continued this chapter. Love you guys, respect you guys.
And as you can tell, Ali is still trolling him and staying on his goofy ass. And I'm sure that Bendover is going to find a way to kind of back out of the fight. And I'm sure he's just going to continue to keep posting shit out here that just makes him look dumb as hell and makes him look like even more of a terrible person. But with that said, that's enough of this clown. So if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and a like and join the Saints Mafia, where we are flaming all these alpha male goobers every day. And I'm out. Watching Bendover Azoulay continue to bend over for everybody's amusement, and peace.
Children around, you know? Oh, yeah. 4 cows. If my son was here, he'd think we're at the Vegas Zoo. You know, I have an African beauty. You do, you look like an elephant.